So I feel like spending time in nature is a little bit of an FU to all of the workaholics in the world that want me to be like go, 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 go all the time because it's what makes them money. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry, I keep getting distracted because there's really cool birds going overhead. It is okay to take time off. I'm in California. I'm actually on my parents' land right now, and that explains why I'm wearing a t-shirt in the middle of January or February. I'm filming this in February. And I am just taking some much needed time off because I have been working like crazy lately. It's pretty much been non-stop work for me. I just have been reflecting on a few things, the importance of time in nature when you are a biologist, because I feel like people think we're just like always enjoying this like beautiful, relaxing nature all the time, but that's not true because a lot of the times we're working really hard. It's not always as enjoyable to work in nature as it is to just sit here and do nothing and observe animals and enjoy like all the amazing benefits that nature has. So it's really important to take that time to do it. So that is what I'm doing this week. I'm taking time off to recharge, reconnect, spend some more time in my home country. Since I got here, I have been enjoying some time hiking a lot. I've already done a ton of ocean hikes. I've spent a lot of time on the beach. I've spent a lot of time just like sitting in my parents' land and watching birds and looking for lizards, and I've been doing a lot of photography, so I've been taking some photos of like butterflies and some seals. We saw elephant seals today. My biggest thing is I love gardening, so a lot of times when I don't have time to do that, it makes me feel like my energy is getting really depleted and tired and sad. We have so many trees on my property. We have avocado trees, so we grow all our own avocados. We do have oranges right now. It is February, so there's not a lot in season as much as there normally is. This is where I grew up. This is where I spent my childhood. This land has really shaped who I think I am. The reason why I went into wildlife biology to begin with was because I felt like I had such a connection with nature and connection with land and the animals and the plants and the ecosystems that we have here in coastal California. I grew up on a trailer in this land, and I spent, as you can probably imagine, in a tiny trailer, I spent almost all my time outside. My sister and I would kind of run around in here right where I'm sitting now and build forts and climb these trees behind me. So, you know, I'm sitting here in the very trees that shaped who I am as a person. I think one of the biggest lessons learned from growing up in a place like this is just how important and how beneficial it is to spend time out in nature. And I know you're always hearing this from like every magazine and everything like that, but when your normal is the outside, then things start to change in your brain. You start to rely less on little short distractions that will just get you through the day and more on being mindful and observant of the world around you, especially when you're a biologist and you're really interested in the birds, the plants, the animals that you are seeing all around you. It's a bit of a lesson on how to live in the present. And I find that something I really struggle with. I feel like I live in the past. I feel like I'm always just like stuck on the past and the things that have happened in my life. Like, I've dealt with a lot of trauma in my life, so I tend to get so lost in the past. So one of the things I'm focusing on is trying to stay in the present more, and that's so hard. But I find that grounding exercises, just feeling the dirt under your feet when you're barefoot, seeing the birds around you, looking at the plants, taking everything in and being like, we are in the present. We are not in 2005, or we're not in 2006, or we're not in 1985. We are here in 2020. This is my feet on the ground. None of these things have changed since I was a child. The only thing that I can control is my own self. I'm not saying anything new. I mean, you guys know this, but I hope that I can just inspire someone to take a bit of time to go outside today. It's just taking some time to walk around a park near you, watching some birds, maybe getting your bird book and your binoculars if you have them, taking a look at what the birds are, watching some of their behavior. I think it's just an absolute exercise in mindfulness, and bird therapy is a real thing. There is actually even a book about it. that time is grounding, and it's time that you heal your brain. When there are a lot of distractions around you, I feel like my brain can't sort through my own thoughts and how I feel. And I think that's one of the reasons why when I've worked in remote areas or I've traveled a lot, I've been able to process a lot of the like intricate thoughts in my brain and my memories and form ideas about who I am as a person when I have that time away from distractions, away from screens and like stresses in life and jobs, to actually think about like who I am, what I want to do with my life, what is the meaning of my life, and what are the things that I value. And those really come to me when I am in quiet, natural landscapes. I feel like just when I'm in busy, crowded areas, it's just like the thoughts are building up in my mind even more and more, and I need to escape to work it out. Otherwise, I just feel like my brain is actually cluttered. And there's something about like the wild is, yes, there's so much stuff going on, but it all is stuff that like humans are used to seeing. You know, like human brains were not made to be in these large urban landscapes. And sure, plenty of people love like the hustle and the bustle, but like the things I see in nature are things that my ancestors have been seeing, have been dealing with for thousands and thousands of years. And it just feels so nourishing and healing to be in those spaces. I feel like there is kind of this awful environment in the US and Canada, and now starting to be worldwide, where people feel really guilty when they take time off. And that is such a thing that I feel like our bosses and the people who control us, the people who have the power in the world, really want you to think that, because then that means they get more work out of you. That's what I believe, at least. So I feel like spending time in nature is a little bit of an FU to all of the workaholics in the world that want me to be like go, 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 go all the time because it's what makes them money. I say that, but also like I do sometimes feel guilty being out and doing nothing. Like right now in BC, there's some huge socio-political turmoil going on right now, and here I am like, what, under a beautiful tree, like in February, like sunbathing, like reading books. Really? Like, do I deserve that? I want to give that time and that freedom to the people who are like fighting for their rights right now in my province. But like, it doesn't work that way. For you to help animals and for you to help other people, you have to take the time off to have the emotional capacity to help and to learn and to understand. Especially for those of you who are environmental activists, who are mothers, who are fathers, who are caretakers. Give yourself the ability to take care of yourself. And that might mean different things. If you love bird watching, find a way to work in those self-care rituals into your schedule. And self-care doesn't always mean sitting in a bathtub like painting your fingernails or whatever. Like sometimes it is something like making a really good meal with your family. Recognizing that and incorporating that into your life is going to keep you sane, especially if you are people who are wanting to be future scientists or environmental biologists. Identifying self-care that you can do kind of anywhere in the world, whether that's like bringing your painting supplies with you in the field for your downtime, doing photography. I love making videos for YouTube, especially if you are studying biology and you find yourself in a lab all day. Like, you did not go into ecology or biology to sit with your eyes on a microscope all day. Like, you went into this field because you love animals and nature, maybe plants, maybe the environment. So make sure you set up this time to actually be in the environment. If you're in schooling that doesn't take you out in the field that much, or you are in the field and you're stressed out because that's not the kind of nature that you need at that moment, I encourage you to take that time because your body, your brain is going to thank you. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you next time.